Welcome to the deep dive.
Uh,
Today, we're diving into the world of journalism lecturers.
These are the folks shaping the future of news.
Right.
And we've got a ton of research here.
Okay.
Articles, insights, the whole shebang to really break down what it takes to be a journalism lecturer.
Okay.
And let me tell you, it's not all stuffy libraries and red pens.
It's a really fascinating blend of academic rigor,
Right.
but also that real-world grit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You're nurturing critical thinking skills in a field that's constantly evolving.
It's true. And it's not just lecturing either.
Right.
Our sources say it's research publishing, really living and breathing journalism.
Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart,
It's not.
but it does have a promising career outlook.
That was a surprise.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a pleasant surprise.
a good one.
So these aren't folks just dusting off old textbooks, right?
No.
They're out there on the cutting edge.
They are publishing cutting-edge research, presenting at global conferences,
Wow.
constantly kind of pushing the boundaries of the field.
Okay.
And that's what makes their teaching so valuable.
It makes sense.
Because they're bringing that real-world experience right into the classroom.
Exactly. You want someone who's plugged in.
Yes.
Not someone stuck in the dark ages.
Exactly. Yeah.
Print media.
Right.
Okay, but let's get real for a second.
Okay.
Our sources didn't shy away from the challenges here.
Of course not.
So let's talk about the pros and cons.
Okay, so on the one hand,
Yeah.
you are shaping the minds of future journalists.
It's a big responsibility.
Very fulfilling, but the
Yeah.
workload
Yeah.
can be pretty intense.
Intense how?
So we're talking about lectures, grading mountains of papers, mentoring students, staying on top of your research.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's a juggling act, for sure.
You need a whole team, like a small army.
Yeah, sometimes it feels that way.
And then there's the whole job market situation.
Right.
Which I'm hearing is a bit of a battlefield out there.
Yeah, it's competitive.
Yeah.
The competition for full-time positions is fierce.
Okay.
Universities only have so many slots,
Right.
and everybody wants that academic pie.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, the starting salary may not always match the level of education required.
Right. Okay.
So that's definitely a factor to consider.
Okay. So it's not all sunshine and roses.
It's not always.
But is there light at the end of the grading tunnel?
There is. There is.
What does that career path look like?
Well, you usually start as like an assistant,
Okay.
maybe helping with lectures or research.
Okay.
And then you climb the ladder, you become junior lecturer, senior lecturer, maybe even head of department one day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Head of department. That's
Yeah.
a big deal.
Big deal. And your responsibilities grow with every step,
Yeah.
giving you more of a chance to shape not just those students, but the entire journalism program.
Now that's impact. But hold on, we can't talk journalism
Right.
without addressing the elephant,
With
the
that,
algorithm in the room technology. It's everywhere.
it is everywhere.
And journalism is no exception.
It's true. Digital journalism, social media, it's all transforming the field.
It is.
And lecturers have to be on the front lines of that,
Yeah.
constantly adapting their teaching to prepare students for this landscape that's always changing.
That's got to be difficult, though.
It is.
Because it's one thing to be like, okay, here's how you do it.
Right.
But then by the time they graduate,
Yeah.
that's changed.
Exactly.
That's like teaching someone to sail a boat while the boat is being redesigned in real time.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's a great analogy.
So speaking of real-time redesigns,
Yes.
you had some really fascinating info about how AI is changing how people are even getting these jobs.
I did, yes.
It's wild.
It is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
The things that are happening right now.
This tool, RoleCatcher,
Yes.
blew my mind.
I know.
Your resume rewriting itself
I know. It's
to
like,
highlight the skills that employers want most.
it's like AI is giving you a turbo boost
It
for your job application.
Wow.
It's incredible.
So it analyzes job descriptions and is like, oh, you should probably put this on there.
Yes, it analyzes job descriptions, suggests improvements for your CV.
Wow, it's like a secret weapon
It is. It's like this secret weapon.
in a very competitive job market.
It's true. Who couldn't use a little boost?
Exactly,
It-
especially in a field like this.
Right.
Speaking of which,
Yes.
here's something that really surprised me.
Okay.
You ready for this?
I'm ready. Hit me.
Networking.
Networking. For academics.
Networking.
I thought they just published papers
I know.
and hoped for the best.
Right, that's what I thought.
Okay.
But our sources say that networking is crucial
Really?
Even in academia,
The conference.
conferences, professional organizations,
Sure.
building those connections.
It makes sense when you think about it.
It does.
Because collaboration is at the heart of academia.
Right. And you're not just this lone wolf
Exactly.
working by yourself.
Exactly. You need your pack.
You need your pack.
You got to have your network.
So building a strong network
Yes.
can open doors to research projects.
Oh, absolutely.
Guest lecturing gigs.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like that saying,
What's that?
it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Right.
But in this case, it sounds like you kind of need both.
You need both.
You need to have the knowledge
Yeah.
and you need to have the connections to really thrive.
I think that's true for a lot of fields, but
Yeah.
especially this one.
Yeah.
It seems like
To make a splash.
definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's not even just who you know.
Right.
It's who knows your work.
Right.
And who knows you're passionate about journalism.
Totally.
That can make a real difference when those full-time positions open up.
Yeah. And our sources said passion is key,
For sure.
but so is a solid plan. And luckily, they gave us a little bit of a roadmap here for how to climb that academic ladder.
It is a journey.
It is a journey.
It is. It usually starts with a bachelor's degree
Okay.
in a related field. So
Like,
journalism, media studies, communications, something like that.
okay.
But a master's or even a PhD is often expected
Really?
for those full-time, like, coveted positions.
Wow. So we're talking some serious dedication.
Yeah, it's an investment.
Years of hitting the bucks.
Yeah, it's not a career you just fall into.
Late night research papers defending your thesis.
No, it's true. But think about the skills you're honing.
Okay.
Research, critical thinking, communication.
Yeah,
Those are valuable in any field.
that's true.
This is like a masterclass in how to think,
Right.
not just what to think.
Not just what to think. You're learning about journalism,
Right.
but you're also learning how to navigate just the world.
Exactly.
This information overload that we all face.
You're becoming like an information ninja or something.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you're learning how to process all of that
Okay.
and then synthesize it and all of that.
And we can't forget
What's that?
the practical experience.
Oh, so important.
These aspiring journalism lecturers,
Yes,
they're out there getting their hands dirty.
they are.
Newspapers, online publications,
Absolutely.
building their portfolio.
Building those journalistic chops.
You can't just study it, you have to live it.
Exactly. Exactly.
You have to breathe it.
You got to know what it's like.
Chase those stories.
Yes.
Meet those deadlines.
Mm.
Experience that thrill of a front page byline.
Because how can you teach about the reality of journalism
Right.
without having lived it?
Right.
That's invaluable.
That real world perspective
It's
is
pure gold
gold.
in the classroom.
And that's where I imagine those networking opportunities
Yes,
really come full circle.
absolutely.
Because now you're connecting your students
Yes.
with
Yes.
industry professionals,
Yes.
offering internships,
Bringing them in, giving them a taste of it.
giving them a taste of that newsroom hustle.
Yes, exactly. Bridging that gap between academia
Yes.
and the real world. And that's what makes it so dynamic.
Yes.
You're not just shaping minds.
Right.
You're shaping the way that future generations are going to understand the world.
Okay, so that gives us a really good picture of what it takes to become
Right.
a journalism lecturer.
Yes.
But what about the day-to-day? What are they actually doing?
Yeah, that's a great question, Sam.
Because our sources had some interesting insight there, too.
Yeah, it's more diverse than you might think.
Okay.
Yes, you're crafting lectures,
Mm-hmm.
you're staying on top of research,
Yeah.
but you're also providing feedback.
Right.
You're mentoring students,
Okay.
collaborating with colleagues.
So it's a lot of,
It's multifaceted.
it's like you're a coach, you're a mentor, you're a counselor,
Yes,
all rolled into one.
that's a great way to put it.
And you're not just delivering information.
Yeah.
But you're really guiding these young minds,
Yes.
helping them find their voice.
Yes,
And that requires some skills.
it does. You need to be a strong communicator,
Of course.
obviously, but also patient,
Mm-hmm.
empathetic, adaptable
Yeah.
to different learning styles.
Right, because not everybody learns the same way.
Exactly.
Right.
It's about fostering that love of learning,
Yes.
sparking curiosity.
It's about creating a space where they can wrestle with those tough questions
Yeah,
and really hone their craft.
absolutely.
And that's where those interpersonal skills are so important.
They are.
Building that rapport,
Yeah.
creating a safe space for discussion and debate.
It's about going beyond just the mechanics of like
Yeah.
writing a news article or putting together a broadcast segment.
Yeah.
It's about instilling those ethics,
Yes.
that commitment to accuracy,
Mm.
understanding the power
Right.
and the responsibility.
Because that's a big one,
It is
especially these days.
huge. And in today's world, those values are, more important than ever.
Yeah.
Facts matter.
Oh, yeah.
Bias detection
We need to be able to
is so important.
parse all that.
It is. And we all need to understand how information is being presented and spread.
So really, they're not just training the next generation of reporters.
Right.
They're giving all of us
Yes.
the tools to navigate this.
That's a good point.
This world.
Yes.
This information overload world.
They're like superheroes.
They're like the superheroes of media literacy,
That's it. That's a good one.
saving us all.
And they're doing it in
Yeah.
a field that is constantly evolving.
Constantly.
The tools are changing so fast.
It's unbelievable.
Digital platforms, multimedia storytelling,
lot.
data journalism, AI.
It's a lot to keep up with.
It's a lot to keep up with. And that really highlights
Yeah.
the importance of continuous learning.
Oh, for sure.
For these lecturers, they have to be
You have to be on the front lines.
at the forefront of these trends, experimenting with new technology, adapting their curriculum
Yeah.
so that when these students graduate, they are prepared.
It's like they're not just teaching
It's amazing.
the fundamentals.
Yeah.
They're also fostering a sense of innovation
Yeah,
and experimentation.
that's a great way to put it. So they're shaping the way that we understand the world.
That's incredible.
It's amazing, but let's be real.
Okay.
No job is without its downsides.
That's true. That's true.
We talked about the workload.
Right.
We talked about the competition.
Emotional toll.
The emotional toll. And that's something that I don't think gets talked about enough.
No.
Teaching, especially when you're covering some of these sensitive topics or supporting students who are struggling, it can be really challenging.
Journalism, it can be emotionally heavy, right?
It can, absolutely.
You're dealing with difficult stories.
It's true.
You're witnessing tragedies.
It's
And as the lecturer, you're not only processing your own emotions,
right.
but you're trying to guide your students through that as well.
You're guiding them through their emotional experience,
Yeah.
And on top of that, there's the pressure to publish,
Yes.
the pressure to get funding, the pressure to climb that ladder.
It's a lot, but
It's a lot. It is
for the right person,
for the right person.
it sounds like it can be an incredibly rewarding career.
Absolutely. For somebody who is passionate about journalism,
Yes.
who's passionate about teaching,
Yes.
and who wants to make a real difference in the world, it can be incredibly fulfilling.
It's about shaping minds.
Yes.
It's about igniting curiosity
It's leaving a legacy,
and fostering a love of storytelling that can really change the world.
And that's amazing.
It's like they're planting seeds
Yes.
that could grow into a whole forest
I love that.
of information and understanding.
That's a beautiful way to put it. I love that.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today in this deep dive,
We-
exploring the dynamic world of journalism lecturers.
It is dynamic.
We've unpacked the skills, the challenges,
Mm-hmm.
the profound impact they have on the future of news, on how we engage with information.
How we see the world, really.
But like any good investigation, our deep dive has unearthed more than just answers.
Always more questions.
It sparked some new questions.
Of course.
What does this evolving landscape, this fusion of traditional journalism and cutting-edge technology,
Right.
what does this mean for the future of journalism education?
That's a great question.
That's something for you, our listeners, to ponder.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive.
Thank you.